everyone. Today we are acting to my dad want to get rid of your old dog. Wait, rid of your old dog, but then Buddy saved his life. Well, we don't know what's gonna happen in this video, but let's see and find out. But I think it's something about the dog, but let's.
Hello, everyone. My name is Luna, and I am 14 years old.
Sounds like a pretty
We've
name.
all heard that a boomerang returns back to the person who throws it.
Yeah?
Unfortunately, my dad and I have recently experienced this ourselves.
Okay.
Today, I want to share our story.
Ooh.
My family comes from Iowa. My
Ooh.
father has a farming business where he grows food crops and vegetables. Since
Ooh.
this was the only way we made a living, we had to protect our farm from being broken into. And that's why we got Buddy. He was the sweetest dog ever. I was only 4 years old when we got him, so
Wow.
we've been best friends for years. He was
Cool.
not just a nice pet. He was the best defense
I don't know
we
why
could
I'm
get.
yelling.
One night, I woke up because I heard a horrible noise. Buddy was barking as loud as he could. I rushed to my parents' room, but my dad was already on his feet and heading outside with a gun. We opened the front door just in time to see Buddy clutch his teeth
my
on the
God.
burglar's arm.
Still with a
burglar's
fly.
accomplice got
Still with a
away,
fly
but he
puzzle
hadn't
or
managed to
whatever you
steal
can call you.
This happened a long time ago, and Buddy has been my hero since that night.
That's good.
But time has not been kind to him. It's been almost 9 years, so he's obviously gotten pretty old. But he still kept our farm safe.
Ooh, I
I
like how you
started
taught
noticing
him.
that he had become too passive and had lost his appetite. He wouldn't even get excited if I got him his favorite food anymore.
Hmm.
I was getting really worried, but my dad said he was fine, just old. To tell you the truth, my father never was a sentimental person. So when our dog got older, he was upset, but mostly because he thought Buddy wasn't much of a help anymore. I just could not understand that.
What do you mean?
One day, I went up to
Yeah,
Buddy's
that's
dog
it.
shed and saw that he was just lying there and breathing heavily. He didn't even notice I had come to
sleeping.
him. I ran to my dad immediately and asked him to drive Buddy to the vet clinic. But would you believe he refused to do it and said Buddy had been a good dog and stuff, but that's life. And it was much easier to just get a new dog after all.
Whoa.
I burst into tears and begged him for a whole hour to drive us to the clinic, but he wouldn't listen. Then I said I was going to go alone, on foot. It was only then that he finally gave up.
Wow.
So after hours of waiting behind the door and numerous examinations, the vet gave Buddy an unfavorable diagnosis. He was suffering from a bad stomach ulcer and he urgently needed surgery. And there was actually not much hope that it would even help. This news made me feel absolutely miserable and dejected. But there is no use in crying over spilled milk. We had to make a decision. My dad and I were silent in the car on our way back home. Later, I heard him talking to my mom in the living room, and I was sure they were discussing the surgery date. But then I got close enough to overhear their conversation and heard those horrible words.
What do you mean?
They were going to put him down the following morning.
No.
I couldn't believe my own ears. Buddy had been the most devoted creature all these years, and Dad was able to just get rid of him so easily.
Yeah.
Mom didn't back me up either. She couldn't go against my father's word, but I could. I would not let this happen. So, I called my best friend Peter and asked him for help. I knew I would not be able to find enough money for the operation, but I took all my pocket money, and Peter generously donated his.
Peter Paolo
He also
Pizza.
suggested organizing a fund for Buddy and putting posts on the internet. This is the definition of a true friend. I wish I could have gotten my dad to give a penny, but we didn't have time for that. We had to take Buddy to a safe place because my dad could come after him and put his plans into action at any moment. So we decided to take him back to the vet clinic and to hope for the vet's compassion for our poor dog. I snuck out of the house early in the morning so that nobody would see me. Peter and I had to carry Buddy because it was hard for him to walk. The clinic was pretty far from our house, so we had to get there by bus, which took an hour. The vet recognized Buddy and I. We told him how much money we had and about our situation. We also shared our thoughts about the fund and asked if he could help us. The vet sighed and said that we didn't even have half of the money needed, and also that Buddy didn't have enough time to wait until it was all collected. I was about to burst into tears when he said, "There's no such thing as hopeless." He went out of the room and discussed something with his colleagues. Then he came back and said that Buddy could stay in the clinic until the money was raised. He also told us that we could organize the fund right there in the clinic so that it was faster, and said not to give up. I was so happy and grateful to that man. He brought my hope back. Of course, when I came home from the clinic, my dad was very angry with me.
Hi guys, I guess he was going up. Guys, I went to a better spot that has Peppa.
Never left home without his permission before, and besides, I disobeyed him. But he kind of accepted it after a while and left us alone. In a week, we raised the whole sum of money. All the staff of the clinic donated too. They had gotten used to Buddy during that week and saw how wonderful and sweet he was. The operation was a success, and
That one go look creepy. Her smile, let's go back to it. Like, look at that smile. Look at the nose. See, look at that smile. It looks creepy.
the operation was a success, and soon afterward, our dog came back home. My mom was so happy, but despite the fact that I'd done it, Dad was still angry with me, I guess. Buddy's return coincided with another occasion in our life. One day when I came home from school, I saw an ambulance near our house. I rushed into the house and found my dad lying on the bed surrounded by doctors. Buddy was also in the room, and he was howling desperately. There was an accident. My dad was fixing the roof, but he lost his balance and fell down on the ground. He broke both of his legs and his collarbone. That it was Buddy who found him and first brought my mom there. After 2 surgeries, my dad came back home. I knew he would need a lot of time to get back on his feet, but he was happy he was still alive. Buddy never leaves him and sleeps at his feet. I think that now my father has reviewed his priorities. He knows what true friendship is now and regrets his behavior. I am sorry that
my dog went away. Oh no, someone took my dog. He was a cute little puppy. I mean, I don't know if it was, I think he was like, I don't know.
All this had to happen to make him understand those simple things. As for me, I believe people pay for what they do, and still more for what they have allowed themselves to become. And they pay for it simply by the lives they lead. Of course, this is a very sad story, especially for my father.
Yeah.
But it can teach us a lot.
Mm-hmm.
What has helped you to...
It was a great story. Oh my god. Then yours, still your story. Well, bye guys.